Hi everyone. A few weeks ago I made some ACTs for a swap that I did with Ildiko, and both Ildiko and Andrea were asking me how I made the heart skin that went on to part of the ACT. Here I'm showing you a picture of it. So I thought I'd do a quick tutorial and run through it. The first thing I did was to roughly draw a heart shape on a piece of scratch paper, and you'll also need a piece of acetate. The acetate goes on top of the drawn heart, and we're going to use it as a rough guide for when we're doing the pouring. We're going to be using some Liquitex matte medium, and we're going to pour it as evenly as possible inside our heart-shaped design. I originally got this idea from a craft stamper magazine, from a design by Trish Lattimer, but she used medium by Galleria and it dried transparent, whereas this Liquitex matte media dries a more opaque white. Here I'm just taking a stick and trying to get it as flat and as smooth as possible inside the heart design. It doesn't really matter if you go over the edge, and you don't want it too thin, but equally you don't want it to be too fat either. It takes a little bit of patience, but it looks good in the end. I'm just thickening it up a tiny bit by adding some more gel. Once you've got it as flat as you can, I'm using some Liquitex ink here, but you can use any ink really. Just put on a few drops and then take your stick and just drag it out to make some sort of star design. I believe the technical term for that is feathering, but don't quote me on that. The next thing I added was some small blue seed beads. And then I added some glass beads, the same as you get in the glass bead gel, and then to finish off I added some blue sequins in various colours and sizes randomly, and then I left the whole thing to dry overnight. Right, the skin has dried overnight. You'll see it's sort of like a slightly opaque plasticky feel to it, and all the pieces are all dried into it. I've cut out the heart that I drew yesterday, and now I'm going to place it onto the skin and cut around it. Looks quite good. And you can see that acetate on the back. I'm using a Spectrum Noir pen in a dark blue colour just to outline the edge, and later, I didn't think this was dark enough, I went over it with the side of a dark blue dye ink pad. I've given my paper a coat of gesso and dried it with the heat gun, and I've got some colours here. This is Liquitex Brilliant Blue, and then I've got golden in teal. These are all heavy body, and then white acrylic. So I'm going to put some down, and then I'm going to just wet my brush slightly and start mixing these up. It's a little bit too blue for my liking, so I'm just going to put a light gesso wash on the top. So I'm just going to put... I'd overestimated the amount of paint I was going to need, and there was still too much on my brush. So once I'd got it down onto the paper, I used baby wipes to start taking off the excess until I got the effect that I wanted to achieve. I'm just going to place my element more or less where it's going to be, and now I'm going to start adding some little bits of book print and stamping with various stamps, bit of washi tape, yeah, all that sort of thing. So that's the background prepped, and I've added some extra pieces of washi tape just there and there because I thought it needed a little something extra. Here I've added some pieces of chipboard onto the back with the super heavy gel medium, and let that dry overnight, and while I was finishing off doing the frame. Now I'm adding some more gel medium on the backs of the chipboard, and this is really strong stuff, so once it's dried it should hold the heart and the weight of the metal bird in place. I printed my sentiment, which reads "Fly high, live free," and I'm just gluing that into place as well with the gel medium. And this brand of gel medium seems to go well over inkjet print without smudging it. I'm just adding some Stabilo oil pencil around the edge, and then using a water brush to activate it. So there you are. I hope you like it. I'm pleased with how it turned out, and I really love the sparkle. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.